Hello, I'm Robert McKay, and as if you didn't know, we live in a world full of war and upheaval and corrupt politicians, all sorts of things. The channel, of course, is Christianity on the Bottom Shelf. I want to, as J. Vernon McGee put it, I want to put the cookies on the bottom shelf where everybody can reach them. And right now, with all that's going on in the world, there are a lot of people, and I always refer to them in quotes as the prophecy experts. They've set themselves up that way. And they are all head up about what does it mean, the war between Hamas and Israel, the war between Russia and Ukraine, all this, and they tell us that these are prophetic signs and the end times are here and this is going to happen and that's going to happen. Well, I've been a Christian almost 41 years now, and I've been hearing this almost every year for 41 years. I don't know how many different times somebody said the red heifer's ready, they're going to build the temple, we're going to see it. 41 years later, no, it hasn't happened. These people under the Mosaic law would die by stoning because they're false prophets. But even more important than that is what they're missing. We don't need to know if we're Christians or if we're not. We don't need to know all about the end times and prophecy. We need to know, how do we live in the world that we have? How do I live as a Christian in a world full of corrupt politicians and new viruses and wars and all this? How do I glorify God where I am in the circumstances that exist today? Because I have to live in this world. Now, how to live godly in this present age is a subject for another video. What I want to get across to you here is what the point is. The point isn't what's going on in Israel. They've been fighting over there for hundreds of years, and we're not going to solve it. The point isn't what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. The point is that we live in the world as it is. Now, there are aspects of it we can work to change, certainly. I understand that. I don't deny that. Even so, as we're trying to change those things, we are living in the world that is. Not the world as we want it to be, not the world as it's going to be someday, but the world as it is right now. Well, I can't see the calendar. I've got the light up here. I am not a professional video guy, as you can tell. I believe today's November 8th. We need to live in the world as it is on November 8th, 2023. And so I would earnestly urge you, don't spend a lot of time with these prophecy experts who are trying to tell you all that's going to happen. Yes, prophecy is in the Bible. Yes, we should study it. Yes, it's profitable to study it correctly and in its context. But what we need to do is to live today, to preach the gospel to people today, to understand that persecution is coming upon Christians in this real world, and we need to know how to deal with that. We need to know how to live in the real world. And you should not give much, if any, time to those who are trying to tell you all about the next world or what's going to happen in Israel or what have you, and say nothing about reality.